back. Today we're going to be talking about rational exponents, so let's get started with some important vocabulary. So here are a few terms that we need to know. The index is the number outside the radical. It tells you what the root is. So for example, when we've got a cube root there of 81, the 3 is the index, letting you know that it is a cube root. Radical form is a number or expression containing a radical. So radical 18, 5 radical 2x, 3 plus radical 7. The rational form is a number or expression containing a fraction for an exponent. So for example, 10 to the 1/4, 12x to 1/2, and x to 2/3. Now we're going to talk about how to go between these two forms. So our steps to convert radical form to rational form, the index is going to be our denominator for our fraction exponent. So we're going to use that as our denominator. The index, whatever we see, the little root in front, that's going to become our denominator. The exponent on the number inside the radical sign is the numerator of our exponent. So here in our example, we've got the quad root of x to the 3rd power. So to turn that to a fraction, our index is going to become the denominator. The exponent is becoming our numerator. So we get x to the 3/4. Now let's take a look at how to go the other direction. So here's how we go back the other direction. So these are the steps to convert rational form to radical form. The numerator is the power of the radicand, so the number under the radical sign. The denominator is the index, or the root. So we're going to simplify whenever possible. So here I've got x to the 2/3, so my denominator becomes my index, so I can see that it's now a cube root, and my exponent, the numerator, is going to stay the same, so we've got x squared, so the cube root of x squared. Now let's try some on our own. So here we're going to practice. We're going to rewrite each problem to the radical form or exponential form. We're going to go whichever direction it is not. So we've got 25 to the 3/2. So we're going to be raising 25 to 3/2. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our 25, and we've got our denominator there, so that's going to become our index. So our index is 2, so that means we're going to have a square root here. And then our numerator is going to become our exponent, so we're going to have 25 to the 3rd power. Now this can be reduced because it's a number, so 25 to the 3rd power is what we're going to do first. So 25 times 25 times 25 is going to be 15,625, which I'm sure we all knew off the top of our head. But that is going to be square rooted. So the square root of 15,625 off the top of our head is 125. So if we have numbers, we can simplify. If we have exponents, or variables, not so much, because we don't know what those variables are. So speaking of those ones with variables, the next thing we've got is 18x to the 1/3 power. So again, now we're going to convert this. We've got our denominator here. That's going to become our index. So we've got to the cube root. So we've got the cube root of 18x. And then to the 1st power here, we don't have to write that. So we're just going to leave it as is. So we've got the cube root of 18x as our most simplified. The last one there, we're going to go the opposite direction this time. So we're going to be taking our cube root of x to the 7th. We're going to be making that a rational form. So we're going to be making that a fraction. So we can see our power here, that's going to stay our numerator. Our index is going to become our denominator. So when we write that, we're going to have x going to be raised to the 7/3, because the 3 is going to become our denominator. And that's as simplified as we can go, because we don't know what x is, so we can't go any further than that. That brings us to the end of this example. It also brings us to the end of this set of notes. If you like this video, and throw us a thumbs up. If you love this video, and throw us a sub. And we will catch you in the next one.